Hi there, and welcome to part 4 of the comprehensive guide to the self-treatment of patella maltracking. Part 4 works on a special form of lower leg stretch or calf stretch, whatever you want to call it. It uses a block and a special twist, I call it, and the whole purpose of this is because when you have patella maltracking, it's likely that because you haven't been using your knees and you've avoided putting any load through your knees, your lower legs will actually consciously get really kind of tight and lock up to prevent you from using them, to discourage you using the knees even further. So then the lower leg just gets really kind of locked up and it doesn't really move very well. So this is how to get movement into that lower leg, but doing it the right way. Because you can get a lot of people think they're pushing movement into the lower leg, but often they're doing it the wrong way. They're pushing the knee in completely the wrong angle. Okay, so have a little look at this and see what you think. The first thing you need to do with this stretch is angle your foot slightly inwards, as you can see, like there on the block. You want the ball there of the little toe just on the block, and because that allows you to get enough of your foot on top of the block without it being too much of the foot, such you don't have enough leverage. So position it on there at an angle in. The next thing you do is you need to twist the knee out. Now, probably the easiest way for me to demonstrate that is to put a little shark's fin hand on my thigh bone there. And what I'm going to do, this is before I've even started to do anything with the position of the leg or to bend the knee, I'm going to rotate the femur out there like that. It's very subtle, probably quite difficult to see on camera, but you might be able to see it better in a bit when I show you the contrast between doing it right and doing it wrong. So there, I've rotated it out there like this, and now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to push the knee forwards, but in this track in line with the outer edge of the foot. So it's pushing outside of the foot there. Now, obviously for the camera I've had to do this without a wall in front of you. Normally there'd be a wall in front of you and your hands could position on the wall there like that. And you're just kind of decreasing that angle between the shin bone and the foot and keeping the knee out. That gives you a really good stretch. Now, when you do that wrong, the difference can look quite subtle, but it's tremendous difference for the implications of how this exercise will help with your knee health when you come to do the squat. Now this is doing it wrong. It's allowing the foot to outturn, and there, see, the knee is caving in. So a lot of people do this, they think, oh, look at me, I'm doing a calf stretch, I'm decreasing the angle between the shin and the foot, and yeah, isn't this doing me a lot of good? Well, all it's actually doing is pushing your knee inside the foot, and it's encouraging the problem that's been causing your patella maltracking. When your knee caves in like this, your vastus medialis does very little. Okay, and then so the imbalance gets worse. So that's wrong. You can see that with the foot outturned and the knee coming in. So again, let's see the contrast. Doing it right, turning the toe in, rotating the knee out, pushing the knee to the outside edge of the foot. Got that shark's fin there. You can see the femur's pushing in that direction along the outer edge of the foot as opposed to caving inwards. So that variation that we looked at there used two things. You used a block to raise the forefoot. Now when you raise the forefoot, it intensifies the stretch because it decreases that angle between the shin and the foot by even more. You don't, I mean, this block's this size. I mean, you don't have to use a block as big as this. You might find when you first start out you can't use any block at all because your lower leg is just so tight. So that's variation one. The other thing we did, we looked at the bent leg version where the knee was bent and we pushed into this stretch. There's other ways of stretching the lower leg where you have a straight leg and the knee isn't bent. That focuses more on the gastrocnemius section of the muscle. But I specifically chose the bent leg version because it's with bent legs that we're going to be doing our squat exercises later on in parts 5 with the sissy squats, and parts 6 and 7 where we look at the proper full squat. And you need that calf flexibility in bent knee positions. So that's why I think that variation is more important for patella maltracking sufferers.